It do, Kripple Krew. Welcome to another Tactical Tuesdays with EDCwithDBD. That's disabled but deadly. Hope y'all are having a killer week so far. I know I am. It's been a whirlwind couple of weeks for sure, and it's been a blast. I know that. I hope y'all are having a fantastic time as well. I'm going to start off at the top of the chat. First, I want to say, you guys know I've said this before. It resets my chat in the morning on StreamYard. But I do know that the first person in both chats was Groundfog. So big shout out to Groundfog. Much appreciated, homie. Starting off at the top of the chat, we're going to say what it do, Mick effing Ranger, member of Kripple Krew Inc., dropping them badass emojis. Joe to the K, what it do? David Giudice, my friend. Glad you can hear me today. If you want, I see you are in that vert stream, folks. Don't forget there is a horizontal stream if you want to pop over and see my whole screen. We got Clint Crosby, what it do? Neil Mudd, member Kripple Krew Inc., my brother. He's headed home from my house. This live started a couple of minutes late, and for that I apologize. My brother Mudd had dropped by, and he was checking out a couple of dope knives and dropping off an herbal care package. Let me move that hair out of the way. We're going to continue. I see Meek popping in both sides of the chat, stabbing that like button. Don't forget, folks, stabbing that like button helps let everybody else know we're live. The Jake, what it do? Good to see you, homie. Had to take a drink, folks. Robin Dollar, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my man? What it do? We got Zen Blaze. What's going on? Hope you having a killer day. You're in that vertical chat. If you want to see my whole mat and talk to the rest of the Kripple Krew, I should pin that link. After I say do my hellos, I'll pin that link. But actually, my brother Mick, if you'll drop that link over there, I will pin it. I just scrolled. I knew you already had. I figured you already had, and I looked and I saw it, and I appreciate you. I'm going to pop into the studio for a moment. And pin that link. Let me do this real quick. Come on. Work with me, computer. Where'd it go? That was weird. It tried to disappear on me. There it is. Now I can pin it. All right. I see that we have Mr. Nick from N.U.M B Knives. And yes, you do hear an N5. I was just about to send the message that it arrived this morning when my homie Mud showed up. Or, well, at least I checked the mailbox this morning, and there was an N5 in it. This prototype, folks, that we are going to talk about in a moment. Oh, show. We got Matt Conklin, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do, my friend? Can't wait for the DBD Glideman DLC to arrive. Thank you again to everybody who is ordering your Glideman DBD edition. It really does mean a lot to me. Your support has been overwhelming. I've asked for an update on the numbers, but I believe there's fewer than 20 of the satin variants left. I believe. I think it says 30 on my little scroller, but yeah, the satin is definitely running low. The DLC has been selling well also. We just made more of the DLC. But thank you to everybody for all of your support. This is such an awesome feeling, and oh, I love that reverse flip feel. Matt Conklin dropping them badass emojis. What it do? Rachel Jordan, member Kripple Krew. Good to see you, sis. You can tell by the sound. Yay. This is a fifth pocket NUMB knives design that absolutely hits that little big knife feel with a very large choil, giving me all that purchase. You guys know that I like my fifth pocket knife to be of the smaller variety, but it's got to have a choil so that I can be all, fully choked up on it. And then, Riyadh puts the most wicked hollow grinds on. Some of the best I don't know. They're probably the best factory hollows that I've felt is Riyadh. And now horizontal. Yay. Tristan, my brother, projectiles are sharp, member of Kripple Krew Inc. Staff Sergeant Maximus, member of Kripple Krew Inc. Good morning, homie. Hope you're having a killer day. I'm going to do that. This NUMB knife N5 feels so good. So I don't know if the N5 or the N2 is going to end up going to production first, but I do know that the N5 and N2 are the first, whichever one comes out will be the first NUMB knife, our first pinch lock with a flipper tab. And whichever one makes it, because they both are going to include a blade hole and a flipper. Scrolling, getting caught up. Boss Beast. Only vertical streams working right now. Phone and TV the same. That's interesting. That's a trip because I've got a lot of people on the vert right now, but it's good to see you. My brother from the Netherlands, a member of Kripple Krew Inc. Scrolling. We got Trio 4, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? Yeah, KC is the man. Definitely faux show, no doubt. I get a lot of packages from KC because he helps head up the Lefty EDC pass around, and he actually distributes a lot of it for Lefty. And so many of the channels that everybody on here watches would have far less content without those two gentlemen, Lefty EDC and KC, doing everything that they do to get knives from different companies and passing around. Now, this is not part of that. This is Nick from NUMB Knives has this one going to multiple channels to check out. And I definitely appreciate that. Go Bunny, what's going on? Ah, that reverse flick with a pinch lock is money every freaking time. The double detent just makes a reverse flick it's kind of undescribable the way because when you got that detent on both sides, it is just beautiful. Get black blade Koban today and some green handle Kyotos. Nice. You two pulling a fast one today. What happened? What happened? Are you talking about him stuck vertical? Mick Ranger can't wait for his Glideman DBD to get there. Projectile. He's got a couple coming, I believe. I ordered a TSU Gallantry and third Shin Going Long Machete. That sounds pretty cool. Look at those badass emojis. Oh yeah, horizontal now. Boz Beast getting sideways with the Kripple Krew. Pocket Privilege, what is up, homie? Member of Kripple Krew Inc. Good to see you. Yes, I agree. The double jimping is dope. I would like to see this row of jimping a little longer for when I'm in that choke. But you can still feel it with the heel of your thumb. But I think just a couple more rows will be dope. This pinch grip is where you're going to be most of the time, though. I mean, unless you need that control on like a good slice, which is why I love the finger trail on a small knife, because without it, behind the flipper tab, it's a 3.5 finger knife for me. So that choil makes it that little big knife, but especially with this blade shape, oh, you can have so much control in that utility style grip. Let's see. Mid-rank play in COD Black Ops 7. Very cool. Oh, middle. Oh, no, made. Okay. N7 is next, and then the N5. Folks, we have already checked out the N7. We know how fire it is. And then the N5 fifth pocket, which I think is a great follow-up to the N7, because the N1 cornerstone is similar, very similar in size to the Glideman. The N7 is a bit longer, and then you get the fifth pocket to go with that. That's a great follow-up. Above 60, yay. That's awesome. I'm showing that we are 40 degrees right now, which in February we can't really complain about. So the N7 coming in the spring, the N5 in the summer. Oh, hell yeah. Blade HQ exclusives, folks. Both the N7 and the N5 will be Blade HQ exclusives. I'm going to set that there real quick and throw a blanket on the wiggly one. There you go. Kane Miranda, member of Kripple Krew Inc. What? Whoop, and then I blocked it. What it do? Hope you are having a killer day, homie. Getting back to work. Hey, I appreciate you popping in, homie, and I always always truly appreciate you letting me check out your amazing prototypes. You ain't let me keep one of them yet. No, I'm just kidding, homie. You know how much I appreciate you sending these around and allowing us to check these out. It means a lot that I'm on your list, my friend. And I will talk to you soon. Mud made it home, so he's about to be tagging folks and seeing what it do. Robo, what it do, homie? What it do? Actually saw Robo's sexy mug as we face to face. Well, not face to face, but a video chat for the first time the other day. See why the ladies love Robo, especially with them one-legged tricks, you know what I'm saying? What's up, my brother? Be shady. Good to see you. Hope you're having a killer-ass day. Tomorrow you get that new Trivisa from Fab. Oh, man, the Scarn. The Scarn is dope. And there are very few of them made. We're going to take a look at that shortly, folks. Very few of them made and very well priced. Paul Mills, my man. What's up, homie? You flick, I flick, we flick. I can't wait till people feel the reverse flick from the Glideman DBD. Dropping them emojis. Scrolling. I think I might. I haven't seen. He's got a daggum cracking in his pocket. Keep scrolling. Also have a Finch and eat snub nose abalone. Hope that I missed part of a carry. No, talking about the weather and then the dope ass knife. It is an Ultimate fidget spinner. This is a Mackie fidget that I definitely wouldn't have purchased myself as much as I wanted one. But this was actually gifted to me by Lefty EDC. These were, I don't know, $100 and something. And I couldn't justify to myself paying that for a fidget spinner. But he sent this one to me last year sometime. And as he'd put a bunch of stuff in a pass around box. Stuff for like some of the other stuff went on to other guys when I sent it on. But the Ultimate fidget stayed here. And this thing will spin forever, even with the Ultimate balls, with the steel balls. It just keeps going and going. It doesn't have any room. Let's just move it back. I'm going to let it go on the mat. See how well it does on the mat while we talk. Yeah, I really dig that fidget. Oh, that is awesome. Damn it. I even checked to see if he was live, if it was like scheduled earlier, because he didn't go live Saturday. And then I was doing stuff with Mrs. Deadly last night. Shit, I had even asked, I sent him a message. We need an XL. What's up, Jeff Huntington? There are couple of things in the works, homie. Couple of things in the works is what I can say. Corey C, member Kripple Krew Wink, what's going on? Yes, anybody that's in the vertical stream, thanks to big homie Mick, the horizontal link is pinned. Not ending up in DVD's Odd World again. You missing out. You missing out. Get your one-of-a-kind limited edition. And then my first collab. Limited edition. Glideman DBD edition. Starting at only $99 after code DBD. At the link my homie Mick just dropped. I appreciate you dropping that link, Mick. And we are actually gonna pin that in the horizontal chat. There we go. Appreciate you. N.U.M.B is carrying the Chop 2 with the jade scales and the thumb stud edition. The Kaiser Drop Bear Flightanium Beef. Yay, yay, yay. Hey, it's this is my only fidget spinner. Well, besides my driver, but which also spins for a very long time. I just, you know, this was easier for me to spend money on, plus its stupid deal, than a fidget spinner when I hadn't checked one out. I didn't know, you know, my kids had cheap fidget spinners when they were young, and it just always seemed like lame to me until you need something to fidget with on an airplane. I took this as part of my flying EDC, and when I can't flick a knife, I really like having that fidget. Mick dropping the link in both chats. I appreciate you, my brother. We're stuck watching the spinning. You can't look away. I won't spin it again. I won't spin it again. It really is truly greatly, like you said, insanely balanced. It is. And it'll spin longer with the, if it's on completely flat surface. And if you throw the steel bearings, they come with it. It comes in, I just had the case out because I was trying to remember. Yeah, it's from Mackie. They make crazy expensive fidgets. And in the case, you have, whoop, the steel ball bearings that are heavier, and it is so easy to swap. It'll spin for minutes with the steel bearings in it. I just don't like to. I like the way it looks right now, like that. You get an extra roller bearing. You get stickers. It's a really cool fidget. I dig it a lot, especially like I said, when I'm flying and can't flick a knife, and then you get the, you know, nice triple latch case. And all you have to do to change it is these spin. And then you can start taking it apart from there. This comes out when you twist it to unlock it. Then you can take the bearing out, or that center roller bearing. When that's out, then you can take the balls out. There we go. I'm not going to spin it again. I'm not going to start that again. I'm just showing how easy it is. It's cool. It's my only one, but it's dope. One knife is spinning in the corner. What it do? 1931 Leatherworks. Good to see you, Terry. Yeah, Mud has a couple of chop twos. Excited for your DLC to arrive. Oh, I appreciate you guys. It's truly surreal to me to have my logo on a knife, especially with a company like Monster that does so well on a knife I like so much. And then your support has been so overwhelming and humbling. The encouragement is awesome. And there is several things in the works. And I'm very excited. But this first one, not only does it mean a lot to me because it's my first collab, but this is also Monster's first collab. They've been around since 2023. They've dropped 11 different models. And the first person they chose to work with besides in-house designs. And, I understand that this is their design, but still, the first person wasn't some name brand, wasn't a known knife designer. It wasn't some metal complex or anything. Their first collaboration they chose to do with me. And that does mean a lot to me. And this first batch will always be super special. Ordering your DLC one tomorrow. I believe the DLC there should still, I don't know though, because, and I don't mean to, I'm not trying to sound like I'm expecting a sellout or anything. I don't expect anything, but I know now that besides my homeboys Fab and Boz Beast are showing it off for a couple of weeks. Dylan for the win. EDC Miguel did a review on it. Darkwater has shown it. Then Everyday City Gary showed it yesterday. And if G-Ball was showing the love last night, damn, I'm going to have to go back and watch that after this live. And I feel bad for not knowing about it. I did check earlier in the day to see if he was going to be live. Hey, brother. I get it. You don't love me enough, and it's all right. No, I'm kidding, Be Shady. I'm kidding, Be Shady. There is one. Trust. There is one in the works that has Be Shady written all over it damn near. My cat goes nuts on fidget spinners, hitting it around like an unguided missile. What about Purple Ultim? Yes, Corey, make sure if you purchase it, you use code DBD. It saves you 10% and it helps me track. I would truly appreciate it when y'all do that. It drops the DLC to $111. So hopefully we can see something like that soon. Red and green Ultim are coming to the knife world this year. Confirmed. And I've seen the red in a couple of prototypes from a massive name in the industry. Is all I can say. And I know a couple of models that they're planning on putting that on. But let's just say red and green are going to be here soon. So if they have found a way to produce colored PEI, I mean, they said that, right? That's the only way that those are the only colors they've been able to do so far. But you know that's got to change. Can do smoked. Yes, I love smoked Ultim. I did ask Monster ahead of time on this build if they could get a hold of any smoked or red PEI. And they didn't have access to it at the time. But we did. And I hate saying this on my own knife because it makes me sound like I'm trying to fluff my own. Yeah, I'm not trying to be my own fluffer. But factory Ultim, this is the best I've ever felt. And I would put this right up there with the custom Ultim scales I have from RGT and Cerberus. Monster was the right company to work with to pull out the best quality Ultim. Still carrying this one with the Lynch Northwest deep carry clip. Still carrying this one with the factory wire clip. I like both. I like both. Kyanite is pretty dope. It is pretty dope. I'm a big Kyanite fan. Don't have it yet, but just wait. Mid-State EDC, working and lurking. But gotta support the homie. Smash that like button. I really appreciate you. Yeah, if you if Mid-State, if our brother Brian doesn't tag you, it's not because he don't love you. It's because he's busy. He's doing that work. It really is just insanely smooth with any deployment method. The Arno Bernard knives to Rocco. And it just feels like glass on the clothes. But yes, it's out of my budget as well. This is here courtesy of the Lefty EDC Pass Around group. This is the new budget version of the AB Knives Tarocco, currently available for pre-order only on African Sporting Creations. This is a South African mid-tech, fully every part made in-house except for the bearings. Every piece hand polished, every knife hand assembled, and every blade M390 at 63 HRC hand sharpened on stones. But this new budget pre-order version is still $685. So yeah, it is definitely out of my range. But if you are in to mid-tech designs, this 0 button stick, button lock, every method of deployment feels like this thing has a detent ball. It's just, it's, you could call it a mid-tech, you could call it a semi-custom. I would call it a mid-tech because it is a design that is produced not in mass quantity because they're all being done by hand, but it is a design that they produce multiple variants of. They have a bunch with inlays that start at over $800, go up to about $1,000 with mammoth tusk or mammoth molar, but they have warthog tusk, they have kudu bone, they have abalone. But I can say that $685 is a fair price for this. Like, if that is your knife budget, it's not mine. I understand the price and I think it's fair. And this is, you know, like $150 less expensive than any other version of the Tarraco. I'm not just everyone and everything that comes out all the time, be shady. I'm just giving you crap, homie. Yo, Bloom, Anati F and Ninja, member of Kripple Krew Inc. However, it's good to see you, my brother. Jason Beecher, what's up, my man? Good to see you. One Moon Collective, cutting, grinding steel, and listening in. He's making some knives, folks. If he don't tag you, it ain't because he don't love you. It's because he's busy. Scrolling. Thank you. It really, I'm amazed. I really am. And thank you for that. That is sick. I appreciate you. I hope so. It'd be crazy. I mean, it'd be crazy cool. We didn't make a lot, so it'd be really cool if it does. We only did 250 on the first batch. I wanted to keep it limited so that people that got my first collab had something that wasn't overproduced. Hey, you know, is what it is. Is what it is. I'm just glad. I'm gonna watch and see what he said. I wish I was on there, but yeah. EDC Miguel, dude's got some insane content. Great homie, and he is blowing up since he went full time. Huge shout out to my boy Miguel EDC. Folks, I'm sure everybody here is following him. He's taking over the internet. And you can enter his 50K giveaway right now. It's Miguel EDC on YouTube, EDC Miguel on Instagram. But the Miguel EDC YouTube account is over 50K. Huge shout out, my brother. And he was one of the first ones that Bear Monster told me they wanted to send my design to. Pardon me. And when he first dropped his first short reel on it, he liked the old Tom and thought it felt really good. And then he messaged me right after, and he's like, dude, I just cut it open and I showed it real quick. I didn't even realize that the flipper was deleted. He's like, I didn't realize that the liners were inset. And we started talking about the changes, and he was like, man, I gotta go and record again. I know. You never know when the homie's going live. And I sent him a message on Instagram, but he never freaking checks his Instagram. I was like, yo, the next time you go on live, if you've got my knife, I would love to join you. But either way, I just want to know when you're going to be live, brother. And he never checks his damn Instagram. I need to get his phone number from him so I can text his ass. Be like, yo, fool. Bibbit. They do ship to commie countries, the Netherlands too. Fibbit got his on the way. Much appreciated, my brother. That is so awesome. Check out One Moon's shop. Code Kripple10 always saves you 10%. He has some cool ass gear. And he's going back to work, he says, but you check out, he's got some dope gear. Well, what? Oh, because I said there's a P Shady version. I was like, I didn't say that. I never said that. I think I like Ultim now after the Glideman. Dude, so many people, when Ultim first came out, it was either on expensive knives or cheap budget knives. And some of that first Ultim felt like the cheapest plastic. And I was very, very selective in how this Ultim, in the Ultim we chose, in the finish we did, and how it fit the knife, how we chamfered it, the milling on it, so that it doesn't have that plastic feeling. Ultim is its own feeling when it's a good, well done Ultim. If you've handled the TPK exclusive Penguin, this has some nice Ultim on it, but even this isn't as comfortable because this doesn't have the inset liners, this doesn't have the micro milling, but this is good Ultim and it doesn't feel like plastic. It feels like Ultim. Nice. I mean, yeah, if you use my link, then it, on a lot of browsers, it will autofill. Some phones block it, but if you use my browser, it should, or my link, it should autofill. If you use somebody else's link and want to put my code in, you would have to manually put it in. Paul Mills, that is good to hear. I'm glad to hear that because that's the next thing I'm working on. That's not the next DBD knife you're going to see probably, but that is my current project. I didn't know how many people would get the My Own Fluffer residence. Residence. Wow. Reference. Yeah, it would. Yeah, it would. I plan on ordering lynch clips for mine. I'm so behind on ordering lynch clips. I stole this lynch clip from another knife that I had to make sure. I already knew that they would because of the dimensions, but I still had to verify for myself that the Spyderco wire replacement clip fit perfectly. Yeah, fluffers for the win. That's a real brother right there. That's a real brother. Callie, my sis, gonna make some fudge. Appreciate you popping in, stabbing that like button, member Kripple Krew Inc. Make sure you check if you're not following Kelly, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Yay. Where is my vortex? It should be. Where is my vortex? Oh, where is my vortex? Oh, where is my vortex? Oh, dude, see, you sing the VeggieTales song and you find that shit. Wow. Thank you, Kelly. She says hit that like button if you haven't. So, I will say, you're going to like it more. The detent feels better. And with the broader blade, it just the wax. And then it is so smooth on the close. It will drop on your thumb if you're not paying attention. But after you're off the lock bar, it's just glass on those bearings. But I believe the detent is better than the vortex. And you know I love this little ripper. This is my favorite Wixco model. But the detent and the thwack is even better. Yeah, it is. Everything that came with it was dope. It's a beautiful knife, and it really does come with a lot of stuff. I do. I'll grab it. I have RGT scales, Ripped Garage Tech, on my Ultim. Whoa. On my AD 20.5, I have the Ripped Garage Tech Ultim scales and a Lynch Northwest Saeed clip, of course. Every AD 20.5 needs a Lynch Northwest Saeed clip. It came with a great Ultim backspacer. These scales did, but I had to do some of my own customization to this 3V Sharkfoot that I traded Tristan for. It already had the beautiful micarta scales from Titanium and that Lynch Northwest Saeed clip like they has to. So I had to spice it up with a little bit of Ultim. So I stole the Ultim backspacer from that. You know, I had to add a little Ultim. I had to do something to it. I love to customize Demcos, so I had to find something I could do to that one. He'd already made it sick. And then my other AD 20.5 is the OG scales on the 3V Tonto. And I still haven't put the G10 scales on my new clip point yet. I got to get caught up on videos after being gone for a week. But I will do a Pimp My Knife video for my clip point. But I have aluminum, micarta, and Ultim right now. G10 is next. AB, one hell of a knife maker. Leon, checking in from France. What's up, my man? Feel excited to get knives? Yay, yay, yay. My brother Caffeine and Knives bought a team. Yeah, that's dope. Caffeine and Knives. He's a great guy. He had All of his pictures include caffeine and a knife or knives, either coffee or an energy drink. If you're not following him on Instagram, give Caffeine and Knives a follow. Nice dude. Yeah, 685 will take 4. I got to get caught up on this chat. Yeah, Miguel's huge, and I love it. David Giudici's like, yo, is there anybody to talk to in the vertical? Corey C. If you're talking about mine, this first batch is not the Ultim batch is not numbered. If you're talking about the AB knives, Tarocco, not to my knowledge. This said model number 118. I don't know if that's knife number 118. I can't see that. That was on the card. I don't see it anywhere in the knife, but I also don't know if this one, because this is on pre-order, I don't know if this was a prototype that was sent to the pass around group. So I don't know if these are going to be numbered. If you're talking about my knife, they are not on this version. Hey, Tristan, have a great day at work, brother. Always appreciate you popping in. Never admit guilt. The knife with the blue pivot. This is the N.U.M. Knives N5 prototype. I got to get caught up on the chat. I'm way behind. This is going to be their third model. The N1 Cornerstone sold out in just a couple of days. The N5, the N7, I should say, is the next model to drop this spring. And then this summer, the N5, this one, will drop. This is their 5th pocket offering. This is absolutely that little big knife feel, because with that choil, I get a full 4-finger purchase, full purchase, no refund. Shout out, homie Knife Dope. This is a prototype, and there is a couple of changes that I would like to suggest to him, but this thing is damn near perfect. Of course, it's rocking that N.U.M. Knives pinch lock. My favorite lock of 2025. And a Riot, trying to get that, a Riot hollow grind that comes down so thin behind the edge. Riot, their hollows are insane. This paper is kind of jacked. Their hollows are always nutty. And this will be no different. Most likely, this says M390. I don't know if it's going to stay that way or if it'll be a S90V. M390 would definitely be tougher and less prone to chipping, while S90V would hold an edge longer. I will ask him what he intends to do on the production version. He was on this earlier, but he had to bounce. Don't own a single mod. I appreciate you. No, I get it. Not, and I know the way that your collecting has gone, brother. I know. But I do believe 100% that there is one variant of the premium DVD edition. I don't know if we're going to call it the DVD Plus. I don't know yet. But the premium, I do know there is one version that you will end up buying. I truly believe that. Scott, my Knife Journey member, Kripple Krew. Try to read tea leaves who is not going on or popping on with a live. Yeah, G-Ball's got to drive you freaking nuts, brother. If you don't know, Scott, my Knife Journey, is the keeper of the Knife Tube schedule and tries his damnedest to keep our world straight so that we know who's going live. If you have scheduled lives, if you're planning on going live, let him know with as much advance notice so that he can get it on his calendar, and he will put it out to everybody that follows the Knife Tube schedule on Instagram. Plus, he'll put it on knifetubeschedule.com where folks check. So, if you're not already letting him know ahead of time, man, do me a favor, do him a favor, and let him know as early as possible. Hey, that's better than what some folks say about it, right? Yeah, their first Ultim on the, I mean, I have it on the Titius. This is what I think of when I think of plastic Ultim. Where is my Titius? Here's my Titius. I still love this knife, but this is some of the cheapest feeling Ultim out there. Now, their Ultim greatly improved. They did the Ultim on the microjets, and this Ultim feels really good. Not quite as good as mine, and I'm not trying to be my own fluffer, but this feels great. I still love the plastic old school Titius, but and this will always be in my collection. This was my personal fourth Ultim knife in my collection. I really got to do an Ultim update because I know I'm over 25, but I don't know how many Ultim knives I have right now. But that was number 4, and this is that type of. Now, this still isn't the worst Ultim I have felt. At least they did some chamfering to the edges. If you get a hard edge on Ultim, it feels like the cheapest plastic in the world. But this, at least, is better than some of the worst I've felt. But this still has a bit of that plastic feeling. Working but watching on TV, really appreciate you, homie. Don't forget your metal relic forever rose for Valentine's. Dude, that's he makes some sick roses. We're going to click that link, actually, and go check that out as soon as I am caught up on the chat. I need to run it fast and try to catch up. Where did that link go? Oh, that's my Knife Journey. So, man, I'm behind. There it is. Okay, let me catch up now. Called the hobby trap. Man, it's just like any other hobby. It's just like any other collecting. You can go as deep as you want. And no, none of us need as many knives as we have. But it's not a need situation. This is what we love. This is the community we love. And we love collecting different things in the EDC world that we appreciate and sharing that with our EDC familia. And anybody that doesn't like it can pound sand for all I care. You can collect watches, you can collect precious moments, you can collect gold plates, you can collect whatever you want, whatever makes you freaking happy. But don't criticize what somebody else likes to collect. Yeah, I know a lot. Minto and 2-liter Coke. Boom. Scooter Johnson, what's up, homie? Good to see you. Yeah, I need to do some more Pimp My Knife videos. I have a 80-20.5 I need to pimp. I need to put, I still haven't, this is my all-time favorite plunge lock. The Civivi Elementum button lock OG. Not the Elementum 2 with the flipper tab and button lock bullshit. But the original button lock. And Mrs. Deadly bought me these beautiful titanium scales to murder this thing out. And I need to do a Pimp My Knife video on this one really badly. It's going to look so good with that milled tie Civivi clip and the murdered out. It's going to feel so good with those scales. You can still get these, and this is the best Elementum that they've made, in my opinion. It is larger than the Elementum or Elementum 2, and without the flipper tab, the ergos are insane because you have a full finger choil, and then the lock on this is just done perfectly. You have to use the button to open or close. It's the only method of deployment, and so you have to nail it, and it feels so good. I can't wait to do a Pimp My Knife video on this. I need to get it done, but I've got reviews I have to get caught up on first. But yeah, I need to keep the Pimp My Knife series going. That was the most boring week I had too. My fault. When I wasn't going live. David Giudice popping over to that horizontal side. Now he's getting sideways. Yeah, Pimp My Knife needs to continue. It was strange for me not going live for 9 days, but I had too much fun. There's no such thing as too much fun. I had such an amazing time with my family. Yeah, you horizontal now, you getting sideways. Yeah, you get to see the whole chat. It looks better on screen, I know. The reason I do the vertical is because it helps new folks find the channel. Sleeping with, I bet all, yeah. See, I always have a bedside blade and a bedside freedom seed spitter or a cordless hole punch, whatever you want to call it, with an Olight Balder S. I don't remember what it's called, but it's an underbarrel, it's an underbarrel flashlight and laser combo. I have the blue laser, and that's my bedside bang. Bright enough to blind and I can run it with the laser as well, putting a dot on for me so I don't even have to put my glasses on. But I'm sure the cochlear implants, that's gotta help you feel better sleeping, knowing that you can actually hear now. Okay, You asked. You asked. We did this earlier. That wasn't a very good spin. I can do better. I don't have that. That's not nearly as level as it was before. I can hear it. It's not going to spin as well. I got to move it. Barbie does. I love Barbie and Rolf. I really do. I remember when Barbie was telling me she was thinking about doing a channel, and I was like, sis, quit. I'm going to give you the same advice G-Ball gave me. Stop overthinking it. Just do it. And people will support you. And I love Barbie and Rolf's lives. Dude, isn't it a great set? Not just the awesome driver, but the full set you get with it for $36 after my code. It's insane. It is my favorite driver, period. I'm gonna need a secretary to catch up. I love it. Yeah, the rose with the hand is really sick. Damn good. 20 points. It's been a few nights thinking of getting some Ultim in the future. Yay. If you're thinking about getting Ultim 80/20.5 scales, order them from Rip's Garage Tech now. They still have some sets with different. This is the Pyrogrip pattern, but they're not making these anymore. They're all 60% off. So they're like $60 or 40% off. My bad, 40% off. So they're like $60 for a set of Ultim and a backspacer. And as you can see, they are a fair amount thicker than the standard either G10 or FRN scales. So they are way more comfortable. They're nicely chamfered, like not as well as the Glideman. But they don't have a hard edge, I should say. They're not really chamfered, but there isn't a hard edge. The texture feels good in hand, and they fit a Lynch Northwest deep carry clip, of course. But when they're gone, they're gone. And Rip's Garage Tech, I love their Ultim scales, but they're just not working in Ultim anymore. They've moved on to other materials. So if you're ever thinking about possibly upgrading any 80/20.5 with a small pivot to Ultim, order the scales now. There's no code needed. It's just 40% applied at checkout. I don't have affiliation with Rip's Garage Tech, so I'm not even making any money trying to sell you on these. I just think they're that good. Picked up the Molsec shuttle. It is. I've got that right here. Molsec is really putting in that work to surprise everybody. You know, this, I at first, when they told me they wanted to send it to me, I didn't even know if I was going to like it. You know, I'm not a big fan of the Persian style clip. You know, I don't do recurbs a whole lot. But I'm going to tell you, this is some phenomenal crossbar action. The contoured aluminum scales feel great. You've got the great aluminum backspacer. I can't remember. Let me check. Whoops. It is a titanium clip. I wanted to double check. I thought it was. And it's almost deep carry the way they've milled it. The ergos are freaking killer. on this knife. And I think it's less than $60 after code DBD. I don't remember how much this one is. You know what? We're going to look it up real quick. Because the 808 and the shuttle are amazing, or the mantle are amazing as well. I'm pulling up Molsect. Oh, this new loop is going to be crazy. So the loop is a double detent that you can lock, which is a trip. We'll look at that in a minute, but I want to check the price on the shuttle. Okay, it's more than I thought. A little bit more than I thought. It comes to like $68 after code DBD. I'm going to share the screen after we get caught up. Mr. Sheridan, member Kripple Krew Inc. Have an 80-20.5. The detent is deadly. Can't stand the knife. Yeah, they're very adjustable. Highly adjustable to dial in. Like, I've always loved the way the Shark Lock feels. But if you hate it, you can reach out to me on Instagram. We can talk about a trade. Don't tell me what I need. I love 80-20.5s. After leveling out a little after Wagami and a half, that's the perfect time to pop on and order DBD Clydeman. Steve Al, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Yo, thank you so much, Sever7. Thank you. I truly appreciate you. And folks, you know I've been telling you to watch my boy Sever7 this year. You saw the Usurper prototype that I checked out. I've got a peek of the improved prototype. It took care of everything that the only critiques that I had, I can tell you, have been improved upon, and that thing is going to be nice. Hell yeah. 1,000 milligram one. Plus, he's got other Katuo and Kubi knives coming. I don't remember how much I can share. Homie, if you want to shoot me pictures on Instagram of everything I can share today, I'm happy to show what you have coming, because my boy Sever's blowing up, folks. Not only that, but he's running his channel full time, and he is doing the Katuo Reich social media and doing a phenomenal job with it. Huge love to my boy Sever. Collect what you want, exactly, unless it's Kunwu. Nobody's got time for that. Friends don't let friends Kunwu. People, dude, he always does something dumb. Sergio's a dick. And Sergio knows he's a dick and doesn't care that he's a dick and doesn't care if it affects your opinion of Kunwu. Sergio doesn't make the Kunwu knives. The Kunwus that I've checked. Therapy. The Kunwus that I have checked have been really nice knives. I don't own a Kunwu. I take that back. I own one Kunwu made knife. The least expensive Kunwu made knife that you can buy, and already one of my top budget knives of 2026. This is going to be hard to beat for the entire year, even though this dropped in January. This is going to be hard to beat. These things, we're going to pull up tack knives as well. I don't know if they've got them back in stock. It's a tack knife sun spear. They are still out of stock, unfortunately, but these come in at less than $50 after my code for a Kunwu OEM'd button compression lock or top liner lock. Beautiful detent, jimping all the way up that blade. Nice thick blade stock, but tall slicey grind. This is my only Kunwu made knife, and I love tack knives. Yeah, 1,000 milligrams you can only get in certain states, but they are nice. I mean, like, because of how much I blaze, and I do enjoy me some dab. If I'm eating an edible, I prefer it to be 100 milligram edible at least. 100 to 250 is where I like to eat an edible. Prefer the vertical streams because the extra headroom. Burning Stables Forge. Another one that is quickly growing. Make sure you're following my homie on YouTube. He's making some awesome content and making his own awesome knives. He sells some fire. So check out my man, Burning Stables Forge. I was like, Clayton, who's oh, is there a Clayton? And I remember that is Burning Stables Forge. I thought I was missing somebody. Hey, that's awesome. That is awesome. Good to hear. I will check my Insta. I will. I've got to get caught up, damn it. Hey, man, you don't need my permission. You're already part of the Kripple Krew. You don't need my permission. Check out burningstablesforge.com for show. This internet is big enough for all of us. This community is big enough for all of us. And you can feel free to rep the Kripple Krew. You just can't make your own Kripple Krew stuff, obviously. I can see that. I can see that. Love you, brother. Have a great day. Scott, Aries EDC, my brother, what's going on? We just talking about knives like we usually do. The DBD edition has been doing very well. Oh, Nick was on here earlier. The N5 Proto just arrived. I'm going to do that by the mic. A 5th pocket pinch lock, and this will be the first pinch lock to drop with the flipper tab. This definitely qualifies as little big knife. I'm going to pull out some other little bigs to compare it against, because you get that full 4-finger grip as long as you're up on that choil, and that insane Riot hollow grind. The Molsec Yuppie. I don't remember what. I don't know what model you're talking about. Do you mean, oh, you mean the shuttle? The one that we were just showing? Yeah, I'm not a big Persian blade fan at all, but oh, it's not made for it, but you can absolutely hit that reverse flick. Interesting blade. You know, I like the other stuff that they're doing better, but if you like a Persian blade, I know a lot of folks that do. This is a phenomenal budget knife. Contoured aluminum, titanium backspacer, and great action. I can't remember if it is adjustable. Oh yeah, 5-position adjustable. That's right. Duh. On the review of this, I think we actually took it apart to show how easy it is to adjust, because you don't have to take the whole knife apart. Very easy to adjust. And I like it where I have it tuned. I don't own any other blade with a profile quite like this because it's not my style. However, it is damn useful for EDC, I have found. Got a jet. Have a great day, Scott. Appreciate you popping in. I think I'm almost. Speaking of repping the Kripple Krew, folks, that's where you can get your disabled but deadly and Kripple Krew gear. I know a lot of you have. Mud had his awesome DBD trucker cap on when he showed up today. Such a dope ass hat. I'm caught up. Palmer Conley, member Kripple Krew Inc. Sever 7 cents on IG. Hey man, Sever with the $2 super chat. I really appreciate you, brother. Let's do something. Let's do the AB Knives Tarocco acoustic salute. South African mid-tech. I appreciate you, and we are going to share your designs with the Kripple Krew because I am so excited for what you have coming. I'm going to pop up. Let's take a look. I know. We got a video from, oh, now you want to reset on me? Awesome. Thanks, IG. Oh, yeah. Let's look at some pocket jank from my bro. We're going to get to Sever. Sever, we are going to get to your knives in just a moment, I promise. But we had some folks send me some stuff first. And check out this pocket jank that you can get from our brother Brian F. Mitten State EDC on the EDC Roundtable. These are so gorgeous. They're carbon fiber on one side, glow in the middle, and a different material on the other side of each. Some have wood, some have micarta. I mean, look at that damtanium with a beautiful classic. That almost looks like a Westinghouse micarta. That's a wicked carbon fiber, maybe, or a burl. No, it's a carbon fiber with that Westinghouse micarta. These glow in the dark. They're freaking sick. And you can get these on the EDC Roundtable. Code DBD10 does save you 10%. Look at the glow on these. But it is a website that I always recommend not using the 10% discount code unless you're buying a bunch of stuff, because these guys are all hand making their products that they're putting on there, and they don't charge nearly what their products are worth, I believe. So I don't recommend using the discount code unless you're buying a bunch of stuff and you need to. Sever 7's got his store going too. Hella sick, by the way. Now, let's show. Oh, I clicked off of it and it's not full screen. There we go. What is that? This one is going to be KB. Look at that wicked warning. That looks like, damn, is that a 100% full flat? Or is that a full hollow? It looks like a 100% full flat, like a wicked slicer. Contoured tie. Oof. Ooh-wee. That is gorgeous looking. Oof. I like that. Slim, sleek, still got that hollow grind. Front flipper. Yay. I like the added thumb ramp. And oh, that is wicked. Oh, look at the jimping on that front flipper. I love it. Look at that. I love that. If they pull that off, I love that. Because that'll be one of the best reach arounds ever. The blue one is called the Reich. It'll be the Katuo Reich. I get it. Hell yes. That is dope, homie. These are some wicked looking blades. I love this warning. It almost looks like it gets taller here than it is back here, but that could be the angle. If it does, I dig it. Wicked cool, brother. We got some current projects from KRAZY DC. Ooh, I like the big jimping on that crow. That is cool looking. A beautiful thorn. Love his acid wash. Did I say crow on that? That's a micro. Another micro with titanium. Oh, love it. Damn, that's a Fire Max. And it looks like it has glow liners under that carbon fiber. Wicked. Oh. Might be gonna. Ooh, Robin we're rocking that Vulcan knife. I really need to get me a Vulcan knife. He's one of the most affordable, fully custom USA folders available. That's the Vulcan Dark Matter. And just damn. Did I miss a trio foe down here? Just want to make sure. Oh, Sharon, she got brown sugar. Oh, she's showing that. There was a comment on there. She got hers. She's the one that she won. That is so dope. Let me stop sharing. Folks, if you want to share your carry today, you can shoot me a picture on Instagram. Kong Blades, what's up, my man? What it do? Good to see you. A green handle is a cat's meow. Yeah, I said crow. I realized it was a micro after I said it. Always free shipping on the EDC Roundtable. There is Mitten State Store. Vintage crosscut, my Carter. Okay. Currently carrying a Benchmade 555. Nice. What else is in the pockets, Kripple Krew? Today for Tactical Tuesday, I got to move this a little bit. Well, no, this wasn't my pocket. Like, it hasn't left my pocket since I got it. TRM Tuesday as well. But Tactical, I was rocking the DLC Glideman. Lurking and working. I appreciate you. The DLC Glideman. My neck knife today is the new Tack Knives Mini Marlin. I have fallen in love with this little fixie. It's my favorite neck knife right now. I have 2 of the 3 versions right here. There are 2 with a compound grind. You've got a hollow up here and a flat back here. And then you've got this one with the dual flat grind. These are only $52 after my discount code at Tack Knives. They come with a phenomenal taco sheath. They come with multiple methods of carrying it, attachment methods. I'm carrying this one on my neck, and I really like it as a neck knife. I've got a full 4-finger grip back in that poon, and I am hella locked in. Plus, you got jimping up here. The Tack Knives Mini Marlin is insane. I know a lot of folks have wished he would bring back the Marlin. I love the full-size Marlin, and I have EDC'd this. But I'm telling you, this is way easier to EDC. And he said it was more difficult doing the fixed blades than it was doing the folders. And this probably be the only run he ever does of these. So if you want to get in on the Mini Marlin and get a wicked EDC fixie, 14C, milled micarta with hella texture. I believe the third option is, oh shit, I have the Tack Knives website up. Why don't I just look real quick? Yeah, blue denim with a stonewashed compound. We're going to share this real quick. You want a Kershaw? Hell yeah. That is dope. So you can get the blue with the stonewashed compound, the brown double flat, or the black compound with the murked out. And that's the one that I've been carrying the most. I like both. And they come out to $52 after my discount code. It comes with a mini tack lock and this clip that works great for a pocket dropper. Like I said, mine's currently running as a neck knife. 3.1 ounces. It's the like 60 to 62 is perfect to hold an edge for the best edge retention on 14C. And he nailed this knife, and they might not make him again. So, if you like it, see, one of the most deceptive and difficult projects he's ever worked on. So this batch may be the only, I'm not making it up. He might not ever run it again because he had such a hard time getting it OEM the way he wanted to. But it came out great. Jesse, my member of Kripple Krew, my brother from the wet side, carrying that Matrack 2 Mini Bulldog and Kubi Momentum. The Big Marlin is wicked cool, but there's never been another run after the first batch. We gave one away back in the day, but this one will never leave my collection. This turned out to be, I mean, it's bigger than I like to carry for EDC, but I was carrying this in the appendix carry position where I like to carry my knives, and it does carry well, but this blade shape is so much more useful than I thought at first. Like, it is phenomenal for EDC. I wish it had a taco sheath, but it does have all the attachment methods. I currently took the clip off of it because I had this lashed to a pack. But other times this is clipped to my plate carrier. Ooh, that's a killer win. Congratulations. Check out the Illuminati Ninja Twisted Sis shop. Oh, show some dope stuff in the dojo. Making sure I don't miss anything. Dead Man Design Co. Elixir. Oh, my favorite overbuilt knife of 2025. The Kubi Rock Hopper by our brother Aries. And Mummered Clip on the sheath. Ooh, Olight Arkfeld. Wilder Hitchhiker Wallet. Nice. He does. And if there is anything even slightly off from perfect, he just blemishes and blows out the whole pack. Like, he is so freaking particular. That's why I believe him when he says there may never be another run of these, because it was so hard for him to get them perfect. We will probably give one away. Not probably. You know I will. You know I will give one of these away because I have to. I don't need to. So once I decide which one I'm keeping, eventually we'll do a giveaway with the other one. So far, I believe I'm keeping the Merked Out, which is what I'm rolling as my neck knife. I won't overuse them or abuse them before I decide which one to give away, of course. But at the moment, it looks like a future giveaway will probably include this one. You know, if I get two, you normally get one. Or you always get one. American made, American win. Have a great day, Robin DAAYUUM. You want smaller. Folks, there is a donation section in Illuminati Dojo Shop for tornado recovery. If you can and you want to give, you can help our brother and sister out. Dude, he did. Some of the stuff that I've grabbed Blim from him, you would not know is Blim if he didn't tell us. Well, let me at least full screen that for the vert folks. Folks, if you are in the vertical chat, there is a pinned comment with the link to the horizontal chat so that you can see my whole screen. Yeah. You can always DSKFS still. You can play for someone else. Oh. This Sun Spear, when these come back in stock, this is an insane knife for under $50. It's that blazing time for our brother. You know what? We're gonna nah. I'm not gonna do that. I was gonna switch the bearings and show how long it goes, but we'll just spin it. Oh, let's do it this way. Is that going to touch anything there? While I pull out something dope to show you that I did not have time to share with my brother Mud when he was here. We had some pretty dope Kaisers show up for review. Which one do I want to show first? Okay, this is a good one to show first. We'll move. These are all Bladesmith level Kaisers. We'll move a few knives real quick. You know I love my TRM shadow. Oh, and the other part of my Tactical Tuesday carry, I forgot to mention, I had the Yoru Genkai by our homie Fabster run in my pocket right now as well to complete the blacked out, tacked out look, you know. This is such a phenomenal knife for like 54 bucks. Katsu does great work, and our homeboy Fab designed a cool knife. I can't wait until I can give you a timeline on the DBD collab Genkai. Ultimate Challenge coins, only $20, folks. Ultimate micarta and G10 with different colors micarta and G10. $10 of that goes to help our brothers and brother and sister Bluminati and Twisted Sis. The Ultimate Challenge coins by our brother Brian F are dope. You can also get Marlin spikes in a bunch of acrylic materials. We had one that he sent in for the giveaway that's boxed up to go out right now. But these Marlin spikes are less than 30 bucks. And I'm going to tell you right now, I got to do a video on my carry for my trip. But this was part of my stealth carry every year. Well, not mine. You know, I don't ever recommend disobeying any posted knife or weapons laws and rules. But big homie, evil homie, BDB, evil homie BDB had this the whole time, the whole trip. You can get those from my brother Brian F on the Mitten State EDC Roundtable store. All right. Yeah, we can't get everything for show. Sour Diesel, yo, yeah, the Slugger is such a good knife. Y'all know I love mine at a stupid price. But I'm going to share some of these Kaisers that came in. Boss Beast, member Kripple Krew for 2 months. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you for the support. Matter of fact, we will give you a Loot 10 text designed New Breed EDC Kaiser Rays acoustic salute. I'm going to do that by the mic because it sounds too good. Thank you for the support. Crew, drop your emoji. Show him how awesome it is to have him as part of the crew. One of our Kaisers that came in is the New Breed collab Rays. And this inset liner lock with contoured tie and carbon fiber is wicked. Oh, let's see. I got to get a better angle. Easy on the rollover. Front flip is money. There we go. I just had to find the right spot for the reach around. But it is Where did I do that? I know it's reach around approved. Reverse flick. Ah! So snap. So freaking snap. Kirk White, what's going on? I love seeing everybody dropping those emojis, showing support for Boz Beast at 2 months. Kripple Krew Inc. We'll put the homie Luke's knife up on top. I'm saving these two for last. Okay, this one is probably that. Well, not probably. This is definitely the most divisive of the Kaisers that I got. As far as there's going to be some people that like it and some people that freaking hate it. But hey, that's the Massage Torbay design. And Massage Torbay designs some really wicked, interesting knives. And this is the Kaiser Zero. This is absolutely a trippy knife. I got to check this pivot, see if it's tight. Because that's a little better. Oh, that's a lot better. Like, tighter? No, that's tight. It needs a stronger detent. And it needs just a little bit more room so you can actually use that for a reverse flick. Don't show me if I can't get to it. Yeah, consensually reach around, of course. Now, I will say, it's a reach around all day. But the detent is not quite strong enough. Now that I tighten the pivot, it does feel better. But I wish the detent was stronger. I was failing it in the beginning because it was too light. It's still too light. But that might just be this one. I love the dual layered titanium design. Hella lock bar access. Definitely got that Massage Torbay or Marseille Torbay look to it. Was gifted a Kaiser Thai sheepdog. Ooh, nice. That hand satin on there is beautiful. Okay, we'll bring the N5 back out, of course. I'm gonna put the mini Marlin back on my neck. Yeah, now you'll see the DBD edition again. But my two favorite that came in with the one on the top, Mr. Horse. This is the yeah, got me. Let me grab a Band-Aid right quick, folks. That was my fault. YouTube doesn't like to see the juice. See if we can stop it with this crappy little one for the moment. Probably not. But that'll hold it for a sec. Anyway, this is the Loot Tentex designed Kaiser and New Breed EDC rays. And damn, this is tuned so perfectly that I can do it all left-handed after stabbing the heck out of my palm on the right hand by not turning it away. So I was going to start I need to get a little chalkboard because I want to start. We have gone so many lives without band-aids or super glue, or without color is what I was going to put. We have gone so many lives without color. Well, it just reset. It just reset. I do need to get a little chalkboard or something, or maybe I can just put it on the ticker on the bottom going forward. Oh, dude, I'll do it by the mic. The detent is tuned so well, and it just sounds great. I have to hit the brim of my hat because that's where the mic is. Yeah, that's the new breed EDC Rays. Cut above. Oh, nay, it's not on you, homie. Oh, by the way, Mr. Horse, you are in the vertical live stream. I didn't realize that, so you weren't seeing everything I was doing. There is a horizontal live stream that is pinned in, or that is in the pinned comment. If you go over to that horizontal live stream, you'll be able to see my whole mat, and you will see everything way better. I didn't notice you were in that vertical, so I was showing it like you were in the horizontal. Do a bucky on. You know, that's what you do when you do something dumb. You bucky up. Yeah, that ain't gonna hold. You know what? I'm gonna give you a preview of the next knife we are gonna look at while I go throw a drop of super glue on. I will be right back. And then I have one more from this Kaiser batch that is actually my favorite of the bunch. Be right back. You're a good girl. You're a good girl, Wiggle Butt. All right, all right, all right. I'm on my way back. Super glue is the way. Almost back. Yeah, this is back. Yeah, this is back. I need new gum. One more sec. All right, all right, all right. YouTube color crisis averted. Thanks to the always perfect super glue. You know it. Thomas EDC Gates. Member Kripple Krew Week. What it do? And you know I'm all about that Ultim. New DBD Glideman had to be Ultim. Had to be. Oh. Let's see if I missed anybody. Robert Jones, member Kripple Krew Inc. What's going on? Jay Cortiscott, member Kripple Krew Inc. What it do? All right. All right, all right, all right. We are back. And this is the Osho designed Kaiser Staffy. And damn, does this crossbar lock feel good? Even compared to other Kaisers, I just like the feel of the way it drops. Dual tie scales, full tie back spacer, titanium pocket clip, and then a beautiful pooned clip point with a ever so slight recurve. Let me see if I can see any light there. Oh yeah, that's a recurve, just slight, so it's not going to affect any of your sharpening. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jay Cortiscott. Right before you left, or right before you got here, I was saying that I need a little chalkboard that I can put up on my lives, or I need to start putting it in the ticker. We have gone this many live streams without color. Yeah, 100%. And you know me, I've done plenty of reviews with multiple bad days. This has phenomenal ergos, though. Yeah, the choke up is all right. It's really made to be back here, but that poonage, I really like Osho's designs. The bully was dope. The Staffy is dope. But Gabe Arlen, instead of getting that Woobin flashlight, that you will just get an Ultim button for your Thai Pineapple Mini. Yeah, there you go. You can also always get an Ultim Glideman DVD edition. You know, I have to say it. I don't trust anybody that doesn't love dogs. Straight up. Now you can like cats too. I'm not a cat person. I don't mind them. Like, I think they're a cool critter. I'm just allergic, so I don't mess with cats. Like staying at my son's, he had 3 cats, and like they're fine. But if I pet them, I have to immediately wash my hands. I actually blistered from petting one of the cats and not washing my hands quick enough. So like, I'm not a cat guy, but I don't mind cat people. You just can't hate dogs, or I don't trust you. You got to be a dog person. Buzz Beast, he just went over 300. Congratulations, my brother. That is dope. Check my Insta right quick. We'll do that before I share my favorite of these. Oh, we got to share Fabian's picture too on Instagram. I like it. He's got his Geo Knife Noxes and the Glideman DBD. He's also wearing a DBD t-shirt, I can see. Yep, there it is, that Kripple Krew. Noxes, Glideman, look at that. Wicked cool. Always appreciate my brother Fabs to run. Always. No, I want to see the one I clicked. That's not the one I clicked. Go to the one I clicked. Oh, dude, his new this is that new Trivisa Scarn. Very, very limited production. Comes out to 150 something after the discount code. Geo Knife, Geo Knife, Geo Knife. I want to, there it is. You can see that Kripple Krew shirt. My brother Fab, much appreciated. Oh, 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 damn. I like that a lot. And I like that it's the Ultim cane and not the knife. I think that's funnier. Oh, I might have to change up my logo for a bit. I think that might be the one I run for a bit. I need to get some stickers of that. That'd make a dope sticker. I appreciate you, brother. I know I say it, but I truly do mean it. I really appreciate you, my brother Blue. I like cats enough, but I like dogs better. Very cool. And horses. I like cats, love dogs. Yay, yay, yay. Ain't called man's best friend for nothing. 4 cats and 2 dogs. Yeah, it you know, my kids love them, but they never had one growing up because my wife and I both, Mrs. Deadly and I both are allergic. So we just don't mess with it. And yes, if my dogs don't like you, you won't be in my house long. Yeah, put my dog up. No, it's my dog's house. Blue did that. Of course, Blue did that. Oh, I'm going to make it an emoji. I will make it an emoji for sure. Has to be. Of the Kaisers, this is my favorite of the batch that came in. And this is the Osho designed bully. Now, I hate that he used that name because this is a name I planned on using on a design that I'm trying to get going with TRM. But knowing TRM, we might still use it because they don't care what Chinese companies do. They'll use their own names no matter what. So we may still call it the bully. You know, because I want to build it off of their Bulldog line. But I love this knife. I think Osho really killed it. This dual finished DLC blade is gorgeous. And these aren't just carbon fiber onlays. These are carbon fiber scales. The titanium scale actually, or the titanium is just the bolster. It does have liners inside the carbon fiber, but those are full carbon fiber scales and another full titanium backspacer. And now this is a dream in hand. I really, really like this knife. Again, you have a recurve that is so slight that it won't affect your sharpening, but it's done in this hollow area that just brings that down to such a fine or a thin behind the edge angle. I really need to get some calipers. Helps if you hit the paper right. But that recurve, slight recurve, will help trap material in the hollow area. And even when you go out of it and onto that, I keep pulling it out. Doing it on the camera is so much of a pain in the butt sometimes. But yeah, I really like this design. The crossbar feels super premium. You can use the blade or, woo. Okay, just bumped it. Or the fuller to launch that out. That's the 4 Kaisers that just came in for review. I'll probably review the 2 Oshos together and these 2 together, just so I don't make the video so long. No more color. No more color and no mark. Just a little bump. The poker chips really are insane. Mine should be right freaking. I just had it out for a video yesterday. Where did I set it? Yeah. What was I going to say? Yeah, blade slot with studs is such a good way to go. That it's very, very hard for me to get it on paper because I am not an artist at all. It's never been one of my skills. It's hard. I can't draw, and I just don't have that talent, and I never have. So I understand that totally, and that has made it more difficult for me. Luckily, I mean, if you've got a good relationship with a company, you can persevere a bit and get help and get through it. Where did I put my chip that was just out for yesterday's video? I was going to show the well, I know where, I mean, I got more, but I wanted to show the one that I had out. Where did I put my freaking poker chip? Here's one. This isn't the one. No, but Blue's poker chips are insane. I love the skull side. This is the logo that is on the Glideman DBD edition. I asked Blue to make a skull with DBD with a crossed cane and knife. And he did it so well, they were able to translate it that small and make it look fantastic on the DBD Glideman edition. These chips are so cool. Disabled but deadly on the other side. Absolutely love these and appreciate my brother Blue. Carry of the day. Cold Steel Tie Light 6 dagger profile. Nice. The third one down. Think you got DVD Glavin number 3? You did get in there very early. I know that. The spinner keeps catching your attention. Yeah, this third one down is the Staffy by Osho. I really like the profile of this blade and this wicked hollow. I like the dual tie design. It's not just a full tie scale with an onlay. It's 2 separate pieces of titanium and a full back spacer. And if you like that lanyard, both of them have it hidden slightly in the back there. But I definitely like the bully personally even more. I just love that thumb ramp. It's so wicked. No, the chip isn't on the site yet. I don't have it. Yeah, you do need one with a cracked skull, brother. Yeah, you do. So, this is absolutely something that I am trying to find the right company to work with on, because I use a cane every day. But I want it to be a wood cane so that it's solid but still light, so that you can smack somebody with the wood cane. And then I want to have a hidden blade, not a sword, but a knife. Nah, see, I want a knife, not a sword, because one, it's easier to legally justify to 12 than a sword, especially in most districts. Most places are really anti-sword in this country. But also, most people don't know how to move with a sword. It requires a completely different way of thinking and maneuvering and moving. Whereas a knife is man's oldest tool, and we can all instinctively at least stab out or swing with a knife to protect ourselves. With a sword, you're more likely, stuff happens close range. You have the cane for distance and a knife for up close. That sucks, Aries. Lightweight hardwood. That's dope. But that's why I would do a knife instead of a sword in a cane. Like I said, we can all figure out how to use a knife. Most people are going to hurt themselves with a sword, or it's going to be so close quarters in a hallway or something. You're going to stab the wall. You're going to do something stupid with it, trying to use it. You can maneuver in tight quarters with a knife. And most confrontations are tight. That's my thinking. And again, in almost all jurisdictions, it's much easier to argue a knife to 12 than it is a sword. You know, it used to be normal for a man to carry some type of sword on himself, but it's too many weak people, and it's really frowned upon these days. Just bought stock in super glue. You know I'm gonna keep them busy always. This N.U.M. knife prototype, folks, is dope. Yeah, it would be the CX style knife most likely. So it has that Wharncliffe, the Wharncliffe style blade for beef jerky defense. In most places, cane swords are illegal. Where did this come from, huh? This is the N.U.M. Knives N5 prototype. This will be the third model from our homie Nick over at N.U.M. Knifeworks. Rocking their pinch lock. Yes, their pinch lock. Double liner lock. Double detent balls. Nope, it's specifically going to be their first flipper model with a pinch lock. None of the other ones have had a flipper. So that's specifically why he wants to do a flipper on it. And I get it. It does. I like it staying tight, but it needs to be brought up a little. It's a little low right now, so that you have to catch it on the end with the light switch. If it was taller, it would work a little better. And going up that way, it would bring it back this way a little bit, but that's okay because it's not meant to be a full four-finger knife on the flipper anyway. You get your full purchase when you choke up. So I get why he wants to do a flipper tab on this. I just think it needs to be improved a little bit. And if this front flipper is slightly taller, it'd be easier for the thumb. Though I can do it, as you can see. The reach around is pretty easy. But if it was slightly taller, I'm not even going to do the rollover. I'm not going to try to do a reach around over all these blades with this prototype, but we will do it on the review. So this one, I think he's trying to get under $200. The N7 that's coming out is going to be the first N.U.M. knife was the N1 Cornerstone at $259, which was an insanely fair price. And those sold out. I wanted a DLC one so bad. But I believe, because he's been trying to bring prices down, the N7 he wants to be less expensive than the N1 was. And I believe he wants to try to get this one under $200. But no, I get it. With a flipper delete, I would prefer it. Because you know me. I'd rather reverse flick or front flip any day of the week than use a flipper. But there are a lot of folks that can't front flip, that don't spidey flick, and that want a flipper, and he wanted to offer a model with one. But this would be a phenomenal one to delete. And then the ergos would be, you know, even better because you'd have a little more room. But I mean, I have so much room anyway, and I am so locked in. Yeah, such a great knife. We're gonna move these Kaisers out of the way for the moment. Man, this Zero is such a trip. I can't tell if I love it or hate it, but I want it. I still want it, even though I don't know if I love it or hate it. I think the engineering the dual titanium. I really like that. The reach around is great. The ergos are so much better than it looks. It's really winning me over, even with that. I really hope you can get the DBD Glideman, homie. I really hope you can. And this won't be out until summer. You won't see the N5 until summer. This is just a prototype. I'm getting to check it out early. I'm getting to make recommendations. Not saying that he's going to do anything based off of my recommendations, but I do think that I'm going to recommend this flipper be a little higher up just for the geometry. And if this went up just like 2 more jimpings worth, it would be perfect. But yeah, it is phenomenal. And I'm going to compare it in size to some other little big knives after I safely put these Kaisers out of the way. Let me grab some of my other favorite little big knives. Yeah, and I'm also going to grab a couple of trippy knives just because we haven't shown them in a long time. But a little big knife to me is a knife that gives me a full 4-finger purchase on a very usable small blade. And these are the knives that I really like to use when my hands are messed up, because I can get such good control over them. Whoop, that was my bad. These are some of my favorite. We're going to move this one down because it's pretty small compared to the others. Here it is next to a native 5, or a little native. So you've got way more grip area than a little native, but still 5th pocket size. No, I guess not way more, but you do have more grip area than the little native and more blade. That is awesome. Yeah, you have to get them through PayPal right now. Theirs isn't the only. Who else was it? Like if you're gonna buy from dang it, my Russian homie that's making the tactical knives. His website requires PayPal because it's for international or for US buyers, because a lot of our credit card companies right now and debit card companies are blocking certain parts of the world. This one is just a little knife, not quite a little big knife. This is a little big knife right here from County Com. That's that's a little big knife. I'm gonna pull them up, see if they still have them. I'm pretty sure. So it's called the reaction tie because they're all tie liners, tie hardware, and then a D2 blade. And they have multiple versions. They have micarta. They have, we're going to share this real quick. Share screen. They have the glow in the dark, and that one's the most expensive, I believe, because most of the reaction. Let me just search reaction and pull just those up. Not the ready for action. So the orange G10 is sold out. Why don't we do it this way? We'll just search for D2. There we go. Okay, so the looks like the reactions, except for the glow in the dark, are sold out. But the stub, they still have a bunch of the stub. Whoa, look at that price. $20 for the carbon fiber stub 2.0. $20. These are all limited edition. These are $30. So you can save 10% on any of these with code EDCwithDBD 10, all caps. And or is it just EDCwithDBD? It's in the links. It's in the pinned comment or the description of this live stream. But $20 for the carbon fiber or orange is a crazy deal. I still need to get the other stubs. I really want the titanium. I want the glow in the dark. I have the green canvas micarta that matches my reaction tie. And I have the limited edition denim micarta that came in one of their Big Daddy surprise kits that you can get. Kubi Venom. Very cool, very cool. We need to create a date and time that everybody stops time and flicks their knives. Dr. Drew Dude, what's going on, homie? The Venom is a gorgeous knife. Yeah, County Com. Okay, it is just EDC with DBD. Thank you, homie, for putting up my link and my code for County Com. They have whatever your preference is for EDC gear, whether it's titanium, brass, micarta, glow in the dark, carbon fiber, Ultim. They have the best site of dope, or best selection of dope EDC gear. They have awesome knives, but all their other stuff is even better. These, just like the big D2 reaction tie, the stubs have a titanium pocket clip. The big one didn't come with a pocket clip. The stubs have a titanium pocket clip and full titanium liners and hardware, plus a D2 blade with a little hollow grind. So this one is number 419. This whole kit, everything I got in this bag was number 419. One number off. I got 198 on this bad boy and 423 on this one. Such a fun knife. It's titanium liner lock. Had one of those mini ones from the monthly, quarterly boxes. Yeah. Jeff Huntington, what's up? Dude, if you haven't checked out CountyCom, Jeff, check them out. They have so much dope stuff. I mean, you can get all kinds of glow-in-the-dark EDC from them. I have glow-in-the-dark fixed blades from them that are phenomenal. Is the one still sitting right here? One of my favorite budget EDC fixies of last year was there. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. Was the mini ready for action. I have the full-size glow-in-the-dark ready for action as well. But this mini is one of my favorite budget EDC knives from last year. And you can get this with carbon fiber, micarta, glow-in-the-dark, or G10. Awesome knife. CountyCom sells so much dope stuff, though. My drivers are from CountyCom. My Ultim and titanium glow-in-the-dark bottle opener is from CountyCom. I have brass, steel, and copper brass, copper, and titanium executive pins. And then the pin that's always on me is this Topo thin titanium pin from CountyCom. And code EDC with DBD always saves 10%. You can tell this one came in the package with the blue knife because it's $4.19. Okay, folks. Mrs. Deadly just got home for lunch. Well, she's been home for lunch for a minute, and I keep talking. The dual colored 80-20.5s. What do you mean the dual color 80-20.5 scales? I have Rip's Garage Tech scales, and they make different types. Flightanium scales. Original Goat does a lot of multicolor patterns on there. But I don't know. Do you mean like if you mean the Lexan scales with the different colors, that would be Original Goat. Oh, which ones? I don't know which ones you mean on the 80-20.5, homie. Oh, this is the Shark Cub with the Blade HQ exclusive smoked Ultim. These were smoked Ultim. And yeah, okay, yeah. This is a Blade HQ exclusive Shark Cub. They did 3 blade shapes with smoked Ultim in either this flat or a textured. I still need to get a shark foot and a slicer in smoked Ultim, but they don't sell them anymore, and I haven't found them on the secondary. I really want the other 2 blade shapes in smoked Ultim. All right, folks. I am going to go try to enjoy however much longer Mrs. Deadly has of her lunch with her. But don't forget, folks, you can still get you, whoops. You can still get you a DBD edition Glideman, my first collab and their first collab. Save 10% with code DBD. And one more thing I want to say. This community is here to support everybody. There has been, especially on Instagram in the EDC community, there has been an influx of females lately. Brown Sugar, what's up, sis? Member Kripple Krew Inc. And when that happens in a community, unfortunately, perverted dudes come out. I'm not going to call out anybody by name, but there is somebody on Instagram who I just today had to block and report, because even though he shows supportive on everybody's posts, he's been trying to send unwanted pictures to females on Instagram. And that kind of shit is bullshit. This community is not about that. We are about, I'm getting pissed just thinking about it. We are about supporting each other. This community does not need perverts like every other community has. If you see that shit, block them and report them. And if any ladies on here in the Kripple Krew are dealing with that from anybody on Instagram, let me know. I'll block and report them, and I'll put them on blast. I love Topanga. What's up? Welcome back, homie. You know what? I'm gonna call him out because I saw enough. I saw enough that it pissed me off. I'm talking about Reaper EDC, also known as Julian, and it was confirmed by multiple females that he has been harassing them, and I saw a couple of comments that he made recently on Chronic Major's comments, and I guess he's been sending her stuff as well. A lot of this has happened with a bunch of females. So block and report his ass. And any ladies that deal with that, let everybody in the Kripple Krew know, because we will get them blocked and reported. Yes, Robin Dolan, that is exactly who I am talking about. You know, I normally don't call people out by name, but this community doesn't need that shit. So, block and report Kripple Krew. Well, I didn't say that. I don't recommend any type of campaign against anybody. I don't want to get shut down. If the Kripple Krew feels that they don't like that, you know how to handle it. I'm not going to recommend blocking anybody because that'll shut down my channel. But until next time, Kripple Krew, I love y'all. Thank you so much for the insane support. Stay safe. Stay frosty. But most importantly, Kripple Krew, stay deadly. Always, brown sugar.